What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead Season 11 behind the scenes just video that we watched, and it's something that I believe is confirming some spoilers, potential spoilers for the series finale, Season 11, Episode 24. Obviously, spoiler warning. If you don't know what we're talking about, you don't want to know, spoiler warning. Now, I have two clips from the behind the scenes video that's on AMC and AMC Plus, and it's basically a lot of the cast and crew talking on red sofas. But first, let's watch the first clip, and then we'll break it down for you.
That's a series wrap on Mr. JDM. That's a wrap on Kari. Series wrap on Josh. Series wrap on Krishna. Mr. Norman Reyes, Daryl. Series wrap on Melissa.
So it may have been hard to tell, but they said that's a series wrap for JDM, a series wrap for Kari, a series wrap for so-and-so. You see the woods behind JDM, and there's some spoilers talking about his final episode, and now you see Judith to the left. Pretty interesting. Greg Nicotero looks like a walker there, and Carol, and then Kari. So if you notice Kari's outfit, it's different. It's something we've never seen him in before. So if you pause it and look, it's pretty interesting. But Kari there to the end, JDM there to the end, Melissa McBride there to the end. I'm guessing Josh, that's Eugene, Christian Serratos, Daryl, and you see Josh looks a little distraught. He looks upset. It's at night. Does he die? Does he live? I think he lives. But also you see Christian. This is Rosita with the mask on. And you see Maggie, Rosita, Daryl, and Father Gabriel. But this looks to be inside Alexandria, I'm guessing. So the word is that she gets bit, and I'm guessing she gets bit, but she won't turn for a while, goes back to Alexandria, says her goodbyes, basically like comic Andrea. That's what happens. And so it still fits a lot of things there. And then there's a series wrap for Norman, Daryl, and then Melissa McBride, Carol. So it's just cool to see them and where they are when they wrapped.
You guys a lot.
It's truly an honor being with you today.
Thank you. It's really been one of the best experiences of my life.
The one thing we have is that we were all in the trenches together. No one can ever take that away from us.
And I won't forget you. I appreciate you.
And they're saying their goodbyes. It's a closer look at Maggie, Rosita, Daryl, Father Gabriel. And it's just cool to see, if you haven't watched the behind the scenes episode video on AMC and AMC Plus, it's worth watching. Now in this photo, you see Kelly, you see Daryl, Greg Nicotero, and Father Gabriel. And then a lot of the crew behind them and stuff. You see Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Maggie around the woods. And we'll talk about that in the potential spoilers in a little bit. But it's just cool to see. Sorry, this looks so weird. I don't know why it looks like this. And we see Magna to the right. But you see it's like a zoomed in shot. I guess that's what it was, a transition. But Greg Nicotero directed, and I believe that's Aaron behind Greg Nicotero. And also I have to point out again, Ezekiel, just different outfit. I believe that's his Zatiochi sword, and Daryl Dixon behind him. Now these are the potential spoilers. Now if you want to pause and look at them or check our other video, you can. But so this person, a lot of people were confirming some of this information in the live stream, and I've seen a couple of different things going around. I think this is the most legit potential spoilers that are going around. So we'll have to see if they reign true on November 20th. But the deaths that this person confirms is Rosita, Luke, and Jules. They're not sure about Aaron, Annie, and then Negan will lead some of the walkers into the woods. And we saw Negan in and around the woods there when JDM wrapped. So they could film stuff out of order. His last scene may not be his last scene. It could have been, they just have to film stuff at different times. But it just fits that Negan will lead some of the walkers into the woods and disappear, leaving his fate open-ended, leaving plenty of space open for Dead City to take place in the future. But why would he just leave Annie? Unless Annie's gone. So we'll have to see. And they talk about the ending. So there's a minor time skip. There's a monument they raised at the Commonwealth to pay tribute to those who died fighting the Walkers and Pamela Milton on that day. Mercer and Ezekiel have a speech there. They're the new leaders of the Commonwealth. On that scene, we have Judith, Gabriel, Yumiko, Daryl, Princess, Kelly, Connie, Magna, Elijah, Jerry, Lydia, Eugene, Max, and their baby. So it looks like a lot of the characters live. We saw Judith in that same scene with Ezekiel. We know she lives then. Soldiers of the Commonwealth drop their armor, and they are all dressed like Rick in season 1. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And there's been some confirmed information about that. So we're like, how are they going to look like Rick? We'll break it down for you. At Alexandria, Carol took over the community and acts as their new leader, but we see her in the Commonwealth there. So we'll see how that fits. Maggie's back at Hilltop, and they rebuild the community. Judith ends up telling Daryl about Rick and Michonne, and he's out, right? So the ending of it, it's something interesting to say about Rick. You know, we talked about it time and time again. I've always thought that it doesn't make sense for Rick to show up. Some people disagree. They just want Rick to show up, so it doesn't matter. They're like, I don't care. I just want Rick to be there. But I think it's most logical to have Rick showing up in a post-credit scene to set things up. And, you know, it's the ending of the show. If you bring Rick back, that's going to open up a bunch of things. It's not going to be a conclusion, an ending. It's going to be like, well, what now? Well, it could be the story of how Rick went back. We saw the ending to go back. And when you jump around with time, it's just kind of confusing. And I guess it doesn't matter. People want Rick back, but it sounds like this person that we're going to get Rick in a post-credit scene, and we should manage our expectations. Again, these may or may not occur, but I do believe that these are some of the best potential spoilers out there. So let's talk about Rick and how the Commonwealth troopers are going to look. Now, I think it's going to look like this, because there's a couple photos going around, and they basically look like this. The faces of the soldiers are out, but they have jackets. They don't have, you know, the sheriff hat, but they got the brown pants and the brown jacket and the, you know, kind of thing looking like a sheriff, I guess. And that's what I think is going to be a possible callback in connection to Rick Grimes. That's what the tribute is to Rick. Rick's not going to show up, potentially, but they're going to look like this, possibly. So we're getting more and more information, guys, as we get closer and closer to the Walking Dead finale, the series finale, on November 20th on AMC and AMC Plus. I'm sure people all week before November 20th are like, where's the episode? When's it going to be on? What's happening? Why wasn't it on AMC Plus? Because AMC decided to have the episode air simultaneously on AMC and AMC Plus. And so based on the information from the potential spoilers on Reddit and also in the behind the scenes stuff video that we showed you, it connects. And it just builds the case that stuff's going to happen the way the potential spoilers are saying. I can't wait to see Rick and Michonne either way. Dead City, Daryl show. 2023 could be a great year for the Walking Dead universe. We'll have to see how it plays out. But first, we got to see the finale of The Walking Dead. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yeah, we love